Sam Itzkovitz recalled such a death. Tuvia Siegel was working with the Sonderkommando. His job was to carry out the clothes from the victims once they were undressed. Bess Platka was there in the undressing room being undressed. Tobias walked up to her and started taking her clothes. She said to him, "Tobias, what are you doing here? I'm going to come out and I'm going to want my clothes." He said, "You won't need it. In the next 5 minutes, you'll be dead." Well, she got hysterical. She went berserk. As she took her panties off, she threw them in the SS man's face and called him, "You murderer." He tried to get her to shut it up. He pulled out his gun and tried to pistol whip her. While he was pistol whipping her, she said, "You're not going to kill my child. I gave it life and I'm going to take its life." She choked her baby to death, threw the baby in his face. She reached and she had a big European beer bottle with very thick, heavy glass. And she got one of those bottles. She didn't have any beer. It was a bottle with water. She grabbed the bottle. She hit him over the head with the bottle and knocked the bastard out. As he fell to the ground, she grabbed his gun and emptied the whole chamber into him. Blood flying all over the place, and the guards outside came in and shot everyone who didn't want to go into the gas chamber. When they saw her body, the SS officer Schillinger, together with Sonderkommando, commented, "We had genuine joy at his death." In the
Und aus Warschau noch. Ja. Wir hatten noch damals aus Warschau einen Transport. Ja, das kann sein. Damals, wenn der Rapportführer von der Lager Schillinger tot war. Ja. In dieser Nacht, wo er erschossen geworden ist.
Waren Sie da dabei, als der Schillinger erschossen wurde?
Nein, er ist erschossen geworden im Bunker. Es heißt, im Krematorium-Bunker hat man das genannt, nicht in dem Forum. Wir haben das 20 Minuten später auf der Rampe erfahren, durch den Unterscharführer Effinger.
Und was hat er Ihnen erzählt?
Damals hat er erzählt, dass die Frau hat geheißen Plotka.
Die kam mit einem Transport an?
Mit einem Warschauer Transport. Sie war Tänzerin vom Beruf oder sowas.
It was forbidden to talk to a woman even. One girl recognized me. She was from the ghetto where I was, in the second ghetto I mentioned before. You have it on the file. Ploinsk. P-L-O-N-S-K. Ploinsk. My eldest brother lived there. And she recognized me. She hollered, "Henry, Henry, Henry." And I looked around. I see it, nobody. And I see a woman approaching to me. And I don't see any danger. Nobody sees it. He was a name, a guy. He was an SS man. Hitler wasn't as bad as this guy. You can imagine what kind of person. Can I go on? Or?
Yes, please.
And then I talked to her. What she wants to know from me, if I know anything, her family. Let's say Mr. Levine. If it's any families from Levine's name, you know it. I wouldn't know it because Lee didn't have names. I told you, Lee had only numbers. So I talked, and suddenly he appeared, the guy. His name was Schillinger. The whole Auschwitz, the whole around 20 miles probably, knew about Schillinger. And the fear of him was like the devil. You wouldn't have fear more than for a Schillinger. And he came close, he come, he called me. And she ran away, the girl. He didn't want her, he wants me. And he started to beat me up. And you can't imagine a human being wouldn't have mercy on each other as all to beat me up. He knocked me out unconscious. It was a pit from here to the window. And he wore boots. I never seen so big feet in my life. An elephant. And he kicked me in the pit, and I fall in. The pit was very deep, a pit. But a dry pit, wasn't any water or anything, just a pit. And he left me, and he took out the gun, but he spared a bullet. He put back in the gun. I didn't see this because I was unconscious. I was in the pit. But who saw it? my girlfriend, what I married her, Anna, worked in the laundry, crossed the pit where beat me up from here about 10, 20 feet from there. They saw through the window the whole story. They told me later, the story is when I counted. Was another incident like this. Schillinger, finally, after he beat me up, I didn't believe in God anymore. I prayed to the Gerer Rebbe, and I said, Rebbe, help me. If you have mercy on me, before I die, I want to see this man dead, the Schillinger. It took not even 2 whole weeks. Our transport came from Warsaw. It was a beautiful girl, a Jewish girl, all of what you don't find as a beautiful girl. She was trained to handle guns. She got undressed. She had to enter the last door, what they put in the cyclone, the gas. Everybody got in, but 50, 100 or 200, whatever, and then they pour in the gas. She refused to go in. She was naked. She refused. They let the dogs on her. You can imagine. There was like a slaughterhouse, blood dripping from her. But she doesn't go in. What do you do? They don't have any other things in Auschwitz. What to do? Call Schillinger. He is the master. Schillinger came, he walked like this. He never beat you this way, he beat you with those. He hit this here and this elbow here. You have to go down. He wants you always down, and he got you down. He stepped on you, he trapped on you, he kicked you, broke all the ribs what you got. This girl, he came, but he forgot. He had 2 guns. He didn't wear 1 gun. In both guns been open, what you call that? The holster. The holster. Also, they didn't lock it up. This girl spotted on you, this is open. She got closer to him, and she grabbed him, overpowered him, and she took 1 gun from him. And she unloaded 6 bullets in him. In crematorium. It was in the Jewish paper. It was after the war. 6 bullets. She left 1 for her. She put them out and she pulled it. And she killed herself. What she did a hero. I find out this. What I mentioned to you before, I was in contact with the Sonderkommando. They knew everything, but they worked day and night there. 24 hours a shift. 3 shifts, 8 hours each shift. When they 8 hours, there came another 200 people. 3 a whole day and night. The crematoriums been no rest, day and night. And if the crematoriums couldn't work, they made pits. They throw in people alive, poured gasoline on top, and throw a match or whatever. That's the way. So she killed him. Then the fear started on us Jewish people too. Mengele came. You heard from Mengele, the doctor. He came and he right away all Juden antreten. Juden means Jews. All assemble. And he went out and he looked at Libin to 4, like in the army. He came. He wanted 200 people. He came 2 rows from me. If he would go to take 220, I would be not sitting today talking to you. He took those 200 with machine guns and took them away. Where they took him? To the other row. Like here was a row, let's say 500 Jews. Here was 500 Jews. These 2 had to come and look at your face. No. To take it by the hand for a partner. To go to the shooting gallery with them. To shoot 400. But 200 Mengele picked up. But 200 you had to pick up. And they paid 400 that right immediately in the morning, about 10 o'clock morning. But my jubilee was it, the happiest person in the world. Schillinger is dead! Like you were, when Mountain Sinai, when Hashem gave the Matan Torah in Shavuos. The Jews weren't so happy like we were happy. Schillinger is dead, no matter what will happen now. And I said to my Gerer Rebbe, I'm ready to die. I'm ready to be sacrificed. Al Kiddush Hashem, I'm ready.